Hey there, this is the One Boom, and today we're going to be talking about left stick aiming, a very popular topic in the community, and something that I have advocated for a lot when it comes to new players learning how to shoot straight in COD. I'm not pretending to have perfect or godlike aim, but left stick aiming has helped me out immensely, and sometimes on this channel, I don't share what's made me great, I just like to share things that are helping me improve. But this video is not really about left stick aiming, although topically speaking it's directly correlated. But first, for the uninitiated, what is left stick aiming? Left stick aiming, or WASD aiming, is when you use your arrow keys on the keyboard or your left analog stick to sort of walk your shot onto target. Keeping your feet moving in a gunfight is essential, especially on console where your aim assist is only being activated if you're moving your left stick, and in Black Ops 7 specifically, it's only being activated if you're moving your left and then your right stick towards the target. So you have to be moving your feet and then put your right stick towards the enemy in order to get proper full aim assist rotation. And the best way I've heard this explained is that your character's feet are going to move slower than your character's arms. So similar to how a lower sensitivity on your mouse or analog stick is going to help you, get your shot onto target a bit more consistently, because the left stick moves your character and your character moves slow, it's basically like having an additional aiming method that's moving slow and it's controllable. So you should be using your left stick. You can use your left stick to walk towards and away from enemies or diagonal to them in order to control recoil, work with the weapon's recoil pattern. For instance, if your gun is kicking up and to the right, if you start walking left a little bit during the gunfight, even though the recoil is shooting right, your sight is going to stay on the target because you're moving a little bit left. It counters the recoil. Alright, good stuff. We all know how to left stick aim now. You guys can click off the video. No, actually, this is my issue. This is common knowledge, and it's something that a lot of people do, and it's something that a lot of people will tell you to do. If you go talk to any ranked player, any sort of competitive player, anybody that's just a Call of Duty enthusiast over the years, they're going to tell you to left stick aim. They're going to tell you how to use your WASD keys on your keyboard to get a little bit more, precise adjustments. You have to be using these things in tandem, because holding completely still in a gunfight would be bad enough, but the fact that you're literally losing half of your method of aiming when you don't move your left stick or your WASD keys, that's worth talking about. But one of the issues I'm noticing in a lot of people's gameplay is that they have completely given up on their right stick, and you can't do that. I would say you couldn't do that before the aim assist nerf, where now our right stick needs to be inputted directly towards the enemy, but you really can't do it now. The aim assist nerf happened. If you are not able to control your right stick, there's something a little bit wrong with the way you're aiming. Just a tad. Let me explain. First things first, you can't always move. Sometimes to hold an unexpected angle, you really can't be doing any hard inputs on your left analog stick or keys. To hold a proper tight angle, a little pixel peek or something, sometimes moving is just not an option. And if an enemy is sliding at your feet or sliding around a corner rapidly, you want to be able to stop your strafe and look down directly at them and then follow them with the arc of their slide or their jump or whatever it might be. If you can't move your right stick to keep your dot centered on an opponent while they're doing advanced movement techniques like wall jumps or sliding across the floor, you're not going to win a lot of gunfights that are going to just feel out of your control, but they weren't out of your control. You're just relying on your strafe speed and your aim assist. And that's the problem. As long as there's aim assist, people are going to try to walk their sight onto target and then just let it stick while they, barely input on their right stick. But you're limiting your effectiveness and relying on software to do those, sort of micro adjustments for you, when you could be the one able to do that. You could be the one able to plant your feet, hold a pixel peek, or automatically and, just instinctually react to somebody in close quarters, running past your camera, sprinting at you, sliding at you, jumping past you. And so here's a couple tips I'm going to give you. I originally was never going to say any of these tips, but I'm going to say them now because I have enough time in the game to confidently say that it's helped me. So here's what's helped me. Lower your sensitivity. I've played on an equivalent 1.65 sensitivity for a while now, but it was time to change with Black Ops 7. Black Ops 7's lower aim assist, and also my desire to play competitive and wanting to have more consistent control in longer range engagements, I've had to lower my sense. And the lowest sensitivity I found that worked, and I mentioned this in my settings video, which you can go watch, and they're kind of unusual settings, But because I have dynamic response curve and 0 dead zone, I found that 1.4 allowed me to track targets without being too slow to react to targets, and it worked really well. So I am lowering my sensitivity a little bit, so you should try that. Then you need to go shoot bots without aim assist. Play without aim assist because it forces you to actually have to use your right stick and track the target all the way through. In fact, focus on tracking the target while moving your feet. Focus on pulling your sight left and right, up and down. Focus on different things like that. Try to incorporate some jump shots and drop shots. And if you want to do exactly what I've done over the last few weeks, after having a couple really bad streaming sessions where my gameplay just wasn't up to my own standard, go kill about 1,000 bots that have double health without using any aim assist. If you kill 1,000 bots that are at double the normal health, you're basically getting twice the amount of aim training because you have to track that target twice as long. And if you don't have aim assist, you're actually able to build up precision in that right thumb of yours, in that arm of yours. If you're playing on mouse and keyboard, this doesn't really pertain to you as much, so don't stress about it. But on controller, you want to build that fine motor control in your right thumb. Your right thumb is going to get really lazy if you play the way a lot of pro players and high-level players are telling people to play. People are even saying to go in and do aim training without any aim assist because you should be used to the aim assist, but that's not really how aim assist in Call of Duty works, especially this year. This year, the aim assist really isn't going to fight you. You're not going to get any long dramatic pulls through walls or anything. You know, any of the weird aim assist things back in the day that would pull your sight down to the ground. Aim assist in this game is so unobtrusive and not noticeable. It's designed to be as intuitive as possible so you don't have to rely on it. You're not going to hurt your muscle memory by turning it off, practicing fine motor control with your left and right stick, tracking targets, incorporating movement, and then turning on the setting that's going to help with that rotation, turning on the setting that's going to keep your sight on target by lowering the sensitivity when you aim down sight at someone. You're going to be building up all of this finite muscle control, and then you're going to be able to unleash it with that slight assist, with that slight rotation, with that slight slowdown. Now, if you are worried about that, go kill 100 bots with double health, no aim assist, but when you get to the last, let's say 30 kills. So go get 70 kills without aim assist, and then for your last 30, turn on aim assist and, you know, track those 200 health bots. Try that out. That could help you a little bit, help you adjust, help you see how it affects things, and you can really track and see if you're over or under aiming with or without the aim assist. I found out, and this is just oddly specific to me, by going over my footage and just watching myself play, like being very focused on where my sight is when I'm shooting the bots, I find that I overcorrect to the left when I start shooting. I don't know if that's a recoil control habit I've gotten into. I don't know if that's just because of an aim assist thing, where I kind of just hope that my sight has already slowed down on the opponent so I don't have to worry about it anymore. But I will aim at an enemy, and I usually tend to walk left and over-aim left at the same time, probably because my brain's expecting slowdown. So lately, I've been trying to correct that and actively trying to not aim to the left when I'm in a gunfight, trying to not pull my sight off to the left of the opponent. I don't mind if I pull it off to the right as much because that's not really an issue I'm facing, so I'm just trying to make sure I don't pull my sight off target at all, for being honest, but mostly watching for that consistent left pull that I keep fucking up and making the mistake with. So, watching that without aim assist for a while has now trained me to just not do it at all. Now I'm just not overshooting past my target on the left as much anymore. So yes, you should left stick aim. Yes, you should be strafing in gunfights. No, you should not be hard relying on aim assist to do all the aiming for you. And if the only way you can win a gunfight is out in the open where you have tons of strafability with aim walking movement attachments, then you're not going to be consistent in the other areas of the game where that's just not doable. And what's great about this is when you don't need to rely on left stick aiming as much and you have more finite control in your right thumb, you can use slower attachments that are completely zeroed out recoil, like the aim assist control stocks and assault rifles or whatever. You can use those instead, and even though you're not moving as fast on your feet, you'll have that ability to completely zero out people at long range. So the real point of this video is just to essentially keep all of this in mind. It's complicated, it's weird out there, and you shouldn't be scared to experiment with different settings or admit to yourself that you might have some bad aiming habits. Either way, that's all I have to say in this video. Stay tuned for my next video where I talk about Call of Duty and things about Call of Duty. Yeah. See you when I see you. Goodbye.